Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sierra, and today I want to do some coasters for my granddaughter's teachers. It's school coasters. I have a variety of things here, and I also have a giveaway that I want to do that is from Bondcrafter. We'll get to the giveaway in 1 second. Let me just walk through what I have here and what I'm going to do. I'm going to do 4 coasters. These are the teachers' names that I've done on my Cricut, and this is printable vinyl, and I did treat this with some, I think I did 3 coats of the clear Mod Podge spray. So I did that. I have some black and white glitter. I want it to look like the composition book. I don't know how well this is going to turn out. We will find out together. I have some crayons. I have some pencils. I have some binder clips and paper clips. I have some brads. And I also have these kind of brads that just got the little pictures on them. I don't know if I'm going to use those though. I do have some erasers. They are full erasers, but I cut them in half so that they would lay a little closer to the inside so I don't have to worry about filling these up too much. And I also have some stickers with apple stickers. The first thing I'm going to do is I have already mixed up, and I had it sitting there degassing. I have 5 ounces of black epoxy resin, and I'm just going to just put a small, what am I trying to say? Just a thin coat on the bottom of 4 of these molds. I just want to make sure they're clean. Okay, we're going to do this. So I just want a thin layer, because when you put glitter down, I don't like how the glitter feels under the coasters or at the bottom of coasters, or it's got that rough feel to it. I just don't like that. So I probably will end up top coating these after we're done. I'll probably give them a nice sanding and then top coating them with some tabletop epoxy. I did learn that by top coating it with a tabletop epoxy, it gives it a really nice shine, and it makes it more durable, where it is scratch resistant, more scratch resistant than your regular epoxy resin. So I did learn that. So if you are interested in how I'm going to do that, then stick around and I'll have that at the end. See, I can tell that I have more resin over here, just like this one. Definitely gonna need more. So yeah, I will try to have everything linked in the description box, everything that I'm using. Okay, let me just evenly try to disperse some of this. Like I said, I don't want it too thick. This one needs more, definitely. Okay. Put some more in this one. And I'm going to let this set up completely before I come in with the other part of this. Because I'm still planning out in my head how I'm going to do this. You ever do that? You have an idea, but you're not sure how it will play out. So I'm going to set this aside, and I'm going to get 99% isopropyl alcohol. I'm going to pop those bubbles. And one thing I like about black epoxy is you don't have to add any pigment. It takes the guesswork out, and you just mix and pour. So I'm gonna cover this up. I'm gonna let it set up, and then I will be back for the next step. So I am back. It is the next day. I want to talk about the giveaway before we go any further with this. So I'm going to move this over just a bit. And I want to thank Bondcrafters for sponsoring this giveaway. They were kind enough to send me the products. So the first thing in the giveaway will be a box of epoxy resin. And this is 16 ounces, so it's 8 ounces of each. And in this box, you have your resin, some stir sticks, little cups, and some gloves. So that's the first thing. The second thing I'm going to give away in this to the same person. One person's going to win both of these. Is some Bondcrafter black epoxy resin. Again, it's 8 ounces of each, so 16 ounces. And in this box, let me see if I can open it. You have a mold, some pipettes, stuff like that in there. So I just don't want to pull it all out because I have a hard time getting it all back in the box. So this is the giveaway. One subscriber will win both of these. Now the conditions of the giveaway is you have to be subscribed to my channel. You have to like this video. And you have to give me the names of my 3 granddaughters. And I will be providing the names throughout the video. You do not have to get the spelling right or anything like that. And about a week after this video goes live, I'll do another video and I will draw the winner. And the winner will receive both the clear epoxy and the black epoxy resin. So if you're interested, then let's get on with this. So my oldest granddaughter, Clara, she is right now, they're all in school, but she is in the theater. That's what she's doing today. So I got some of this black and white confetti glitter. I know I could just dump it in there, but I don't want to lose control over how much I put in it because I don't want to make this a paste. Oh, and as far as the giveaway goes, I will have everything as relates to the giveaway in the description box. So if you're confused about what the requirements are, I will have it all in the description box. So let's start off with 2 and see how that goes. So let's see. I was thinking about when I did the black epoxy, I wasn't sure if I should have done that because I don't know how well this is going to show up. This black and white. We'll find out together. Can put a little bit more in there. Just don't want to make a paste. Let me close this before I make a mess of it. So, yeah, and I'm doing these now because I like to let, especially coasters and stuff like that, stuff that's going to be actually used. Resin usually can take up to a month to fully cure. I mean, you can touch it and all that within the first 24 hours, no problem, but you want to before you use anything like a coaster, you want to let it cure for a good, at least 30 days. Well, not at least 30 days, up to 30 days it can take. So I usually do that. I just let it, after I'm done making my stuff, I just set it aside and just let it continue curing. So I figure by the time school lets out, it'll be good enough to pass on to the teachers and not worry about if the stuff is going to stand up over time. So I'm going to place this over here and we're going to fill these little I'm not going to fill them, I just want to put enough down just to cover the bottom because I don't want to fill these molds up, these cavities up. I just want enough down just to cover the bottom. That's why I did only 4 ounces. I figure about 1 ounce per side or per cavity will be good. Let me get out this here. I'm just going to push that. I'm going to get my head over this. Okay, I'm going to keep an eye on these just to make sure that they don't separate. If make sure that the resin doesn't pull away, because if it starts to pull in on itself, that means you don't have enough resin down. So you do have to keep an eye on that, especially when you're putting down a small amount like I am. This one rolled up pretty good. You want to make sure you're working on a level surface. Resin is self-leveling. I did heat up part A in a warm water bath. Here, meaning I took part A of my resin and I put it in a warm water bath for about 15 minutes. And what that does is it makes the part A, which is the resin, not as thick, and it pours easier, mixes easier. So it's good to do, especially, you know, like I have a vacuum chamber that I use as well, but I don't use it all the time. If my room is running cold, I'll use the warm water bath. Unfortunately, it's cold again here in Michigan, and I'm recording this on the 30th, and it got really cold overnight. So I know that it will warm up in the next week or so, usually, because my birthday is coming up in a couple weeks, and Michigan weather usually really settles down by the time my birthday rolls around. So I'm going to get this glitter up so that it doesn't get everywhere. I just use a piece of packing tape, and I just stick it back to the side of my desk and I reuse it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my 99% isopropyl alcohol and I'm going to spritz it just to pop the bubbles. I don't like using a torch or anything like that when it comes to my silicone molds. I've seen people destroy their molds using a torch. So yeah, there's that. There's that, and I'm probably going to let this firm up really good. I'll probably turn on my heat mat. That's what this is sitting on. This is a glass heat mat. I'm probably going to cover this and turn that on and speed up the curing process, but I'm not going to do that right away. I'm going to wait for about 45 minutes, and I'm going to come back and check and make sure that the stuff didn't pull in on itself. And it's still degassing, so I don't like to turn my heat mat on right away. I like to let the resin degas a little bit, even after pouring it in the mold. And I'll wait about 45 minutes to an hour, and then I'll cover this up, turn my heat mat on, and let my heat mat continue to speed up the curing process. So all told, I'll be back in about 2 hours. Okay, I am back. This is cured up. It's been about 2.5 hours. I have 4 ounces of resin mixed and ready to go. I'm going to do about an ounce in each one. I'm going to start off shallow. I want to talk about the safety precautions when using any type of resin, whether it's epoxy resin, UV resin, polyurethane resin. You want to protect your skin and your lungs. I'm working in a very well ventilated room. I have a fan going. I have 2 air purifiers going. The one that I really like going right now is the one from Resiners. It not only tells me the temperature of my room and the humidity of my room, which is real important when you're working with resin. Like right now, my room is sitting at 69 degrees and 48% humidity. It also keeps me aware of the air quality in my room. My lungs were damaged in 2021 from, not permanently damaged. So every now and then I'll get winded, but from COVID, or from C-19, I should say. And it's in the hospital for a month fighting to get home. And my lungs took a hit. I'm not on oxygen or anything like that, but you do want to protect your lungs. That's all I'm trying to get to. So I apologize in advance if you can hear my air purifiers going, but I do need them. I'm going to save a little bit off to the side, just a little bit. I'm going to spritz that with some isopropyl alcohol, 99%, just to pop the bubbles. And we're going to go in with some of these little things here, because I figure these will go in on top of this layer later on. So what I want to do is I want to put that there. Let me get a little dotting tool, a little silicone tip tool. That one, let's get this one down. Go like that. And so all I'm going to do is just start placing these in. Like so. And then I want to get some of these. I don't know if that will fit. We will try. Yeah, that'll do okay. I want to make sure this, yeah. All right. Let's see, let's put this one in here. I don't think it really matters. This one in here. I'm trying to get the bigger ones, so I have smaller ones after this. I don't want the yellow in there. Hold on. What am I going to do? Let me pull it out of there. Like so. There. Not that that makes much of a difference. I want to go this way with these in there. Yeah. Okay. Let me stick that in. Just trying to make sure I have room for these. Okay. And this one. This one. You. Let's do that there. I see that created some bubbles. We'll get rid of those. And I don't think I'm going to use the other ones. These here. I don't think so. And I'm going to do, let me put this one in. And I'm going to do the crayons and that in the next layer. That's what I'm going to do. So make sure that's laying the right way. Just make sure that that's still will lay in there. Yeah, well, okay. That's all I want to do. I don't want these to float too much. So I am done for now. I'm going to let this completely set up. I'm not too sure about these brads. They're sticking up kind of high. I might end up pulling those out. And yeah, I'll probably end up doing that because I want to have the top open. So I'll end up pulling these out. I'm just going to set those right there. I don't like how those look in there. And we are good now. Now I'm going to let that cure up. Probably going to let that set up overnight, because I want to be able to come in and just stick these down. I wanted to put stickers down. I don't know what I was thinking. I wonder if they would settle in without folding up. We can try it. If worst case scenario, I'll just pull them out. Let's see. I don't know if it will. It's stuck to my glove. Should spray the back. Let's see. Oh, that's good. I want to cover it. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to stick the other ones down. And then I will be back for the next step as soon as this sets up. Okay, I am back. This is cured up enough to where it's really tacky. I did a toothpick test, and it's when you stick it in, it just strings up on you. So I'm not going to take these off the backings. I am just going to hopefully just lay it down in there like so. I'm going to get a silicone tool, and I'm just going to press that down like so into the resin. It's really, really tacky. It's not cured at all. If I was to really press this down in there, it would probably it would indent the resin. So we're gonna put this one like this. I don't want to get this silicone tool in the resin itself because it will string up on me. It's like a real thick gelatin right now. So I'm going to let this finish curing, and then I'll be back to do the next step, and that will be to add some more paper clips and the pencils and the crayons. I also had some of these I was thinking about, and some stars. I can do the stars. Let me put a little stars down. So I don't want them to float. So let me find my little jewel picker here. And I'm just going to add a couple little stars to this. Okay, I will see you shortly. Okay, I am back, and I have 4 ounces of resin poured right here, and I'm going to, hopefully these name things don't float. And I'm just gonna put about an ounce in each one. I'm going to put the crayon in here. Let's see. I want to say the Crayola. And the pencil. Put some more resin in these tomorrow. I will top them off. And that is good. I want to put some of these. No more of these binder clips. They're too big. But I can throw another paper clip in. And let's see. Paper clip in there. One in there. Just like so. Just like that. That's enough. And I'm going to let this cure up, and I'm going to spritz it with some isopropyl alcohol. Don't know if I'm making a mistake here with the crayon. We shall see. Not too much. And that is good for now. So I'll be back shortly. Okay, I am back. This is cured up really good. It's been about 12 hours. I have 8 ounces of resin here. I'm just going to start pouring some resin into each of these cavities here. I don't know if I have enough mixed up or what. I may have to mix up more. Who knows? It's hard to tell when you start adding inclusions and stuff in how much you're actually going to need. So yeah, I'm not going to turn my heat mat on because I do have crayons in this, and I don't want the crayons to melt. They will melt if you add unnecessary heat to this project. Just hope I have everything down well enough to be submerged in resin. So I'm not trying to fill it up too fast. That one looks almost full. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna mix up, I don't know, another 2 ounces. We'll spritz this one with isopropyl alcohol. If I overfill this one, it will overflow once you add the alcohol. It kind of thins the viscosity of the resin. But yeah, I'm gonna mix up another 2 ounces, and then I will top these off, and then we'll be back for the demold. Okay, these are cured. It's been about 24 hours since I poured these. So we're just gonna pop them out of the mold. So, and I apologize in advance if you hear my granddaughters or anybody, they are home. Can't be helped. So my husband, he's downstairs singing, which I find adorable. I'm going to take a good look at these. I'm going to sand these down. And then once I sand them down, then we'll top coat them. But this is the first one. And there's that one. That's the black epoxy. Those are the layers. Looks really good. They're really big and nice. Like they have a little bit of sharp edge, but that will be sanded down. Like that. So what let me get set up for the sanding and I'll show you the process to that, okay? Okay, what I have here, I just have a plastic tub here. The treats come in and I have just a little bit of water in there. And doing it this way keeps the dust from flying up in your room and into your lungs. And I have a piece of sandpaper here. And this is a wet, dry 320 grit. And what I do, I don't use the whole piece. I fold it. And I'm going to rip it up and fold it again. And now I'm going to take this and I'm going to stick it in the water like so. And then I'm going to take one of these. I'm going to stick it in the water and I'm just going to go in circular motions. I'm just going to sand the top and possibly the sides. Then once I get them all sanded, I'll show you what they look like. Okay, now that I had these sanded and I washed them with some gentle soap and some warm soapy water, dried them off. Now we're going to turn them over. And there's a few things you can use at this stage. I like to use liquid latex, but you could also use painter's tape. You can use Elmer's school glue, the white Elmer's school glue. For this stuff, it does not have to be liquid latex. I just like using liquid latex. Had this bottle for a while. I have questions about how I keep this from being gloopy inside. I don't shake it and I keep it closed when it's not in use because I found that by shaking this, you tend to create air and it dries it out, makes it gloopy. So I'm just going to pour some liquid latex over the back. It doesn't have to be a lot, but you want it to be enough. I'm going to do one at a time because this stuff sets up. And I'm just going to use my finger. And I'm just going to take my finger and I'm going to spread the liquid latex. I'm going to tap it like I got a gloop of it on me. Hold on. From the bottom, the edge of the bottle. And I'm just going to gently bring it to the edge. And I like to just take my finger and tap it down. You know, instead of, that way it doesn't go over the edge. But that's what I do. And I'm going to do all 4 of these like this. And I'm going to cover the backs, just the backs. I'm not going up the sides, but I want the backs evenly covered all the way up to the edge. Because this is going to save you from having the drips and having to sand off or file off the drips off the back sides of these. This is, to me, a very important step. And my granddaughter, Amira, she is so excited about these. She asked me today when she's seen these, oh, they'll be ready for Monday to take to school. And I'm like, no, they're going to take a couple weeks to fully cure. And she kind of like looked at me like I was crazy. Like, what? They look cured. But she doesn't understand that these resin, especially stuff you plan on using like coasters and stuff like that, it takes up to a month to fully cure. So as long as you keep that in mind, you will be fine with all your pieces. And you don't want to store anything you make in direct sunlight because I don't care what kind of resin you use, UV light will cause it to go yellow. So that is what that looks like right there. And then what I do is I have a little fan right in front of me and I turn it on and to speed up the drying process. And then once these are fully dry, we will come back with some tabletop epoxy and go from there. So I will see you when this is ready. Okay, I am done. Let's see this one here. And this is what the liquid latex looks like once it's dry. I have a full house right now, so I apologize in advance. I got my oldest granddaughter. She's upstairs. Her room is directly above my craft room, and she likes to dance when she's up there. She doesn't think I can hear her, but I can. No big deal. I have my other granddaughter. She's in the room next door talking to her dad and playing games on FaceTime, so she's a little loud. And I got my son texting me. I guess there's a new video game coming out in July, or it's a resynced game coming out in July. Many of you may not know, I like to play games on my Xbox. It's how I unwind, and I like to play games on there with my grown son. And he sits in his house and with his headset on, and I sit in my house with my headset on, and we talk and laugh and play video games. So we go in half on all the new games that come out because those can get expensive. What I have here that I've been mixing up looking at, I have 3 ounces of Bondcrafter tabletop epoxy. I will show you what the bottle looks like. Looks like that. Bondcrafter was kind enough to send me all of this. With tabletop epoxy, you have to understand that it's very thick, sets up pretty quick, and I mean you got some work time with it, but there's a lot of bubbles, so you're going to need a torch of some kind. When you're using a torch, make sure you don't have any isopropyl alcohol sprayed out or anything like that. So let's see, I'm only going to do one on camera. Let's see which one I can zoom in on. One on camera, and then the rest I will do off camera. We'll go with this one here. Let me move these over. How about that? Let me get this light out of the way. Okay. So, yeah, tabletop epoxy. You don't need a lot, but I am going to put some down like that. Okay. And just, it's really, really thick. See how that just brings that to life, and it just, I realize the importance of using a thick epoxy like this over the tops of your coasters, or like over my letters, alphabets that I do. I started topping them with this because it provides a layer of protection of where it won't scratch as easy. So what I'm going to do, I'm probably going to pick this up, and I'm just going to take this, and I want to go around the sides because I did sand the sides. And you want to sand your stuff. That's an important step. It provides something for the tabletop epoxy to adhere to. Because you can find sometimes if you don't sand it and you just try to top it, your projects can actually, the resin can actually peel away. I've had that happen, and I didn't know why it happened, but it can happen. So that's all I'm going to do with that. I'm going to set that down. I don't know how well that laid out on camera, and then I'm going to clean my hands. I have a baby wipe with isopropyl alcohol on it. It's already been sprayed with the alcohol. I'm not going to put any alcohol into my room, so I'm going to use my torch. But I don't want my torch getting sticky or stickier. So I'm going to pick it up. Do I have it unlocked or locked? I probably have it unlocked because of my grandkids. And we're just going to just go over the top like so and pop the bubbles. That's all you need to do. And we have one done. So I'm going to do the rest off camera, and I will be back for an unveil and give my last granddaughter's name to you guys. So I will see you shortly. I am back, and this is what we have. Looks so good. I'm going to peel the backs off. I do have my gloves on because I don't want to leave fingerprints if it can be helped. This is all I do to peel off the back. You don't want to wait too long. You want to make sure that the piece is cured, obviously, but you don't want to wait like a couple days. You want to, it's been 12 hours since I poured that tabletop epoxy. And this is what we have on the back. I'm going to turn around. That's the front. And we'll get a good look at all these. Just let me get them taken off. Anybody who's interested in these, the resin does just pop right off of these. So it's not like having them under the resin will cause any lasting damage to these. See how that is? You just pop the resin off like so, and they're good for the next use. But it all comes off pretty good, like this. So just so you know, so you're aware. Let me see if I can get that up there. Yeah, see. So let me get the backs of these peeled off, and I'll be right back. Okay, here are the finished coasters. This is for my granddaughter, Gabriella's teacher. Gabriella is so excited. She's been wanting to get in here and see these, but I won't let her in here while I'm working with resin. She likes to touch things. And this is for my granddaughter, Clara. And this one is for my granddaughter, Amira. And Amira and Gabriella really like their principal, so this is for their principal. So these are the 4 coasters for my granddaughters, teachers, and their principal. I hope you like this video. If you're interested in the giveaway, it's really simple. All you have to do is be a subscriber. You have to be a subscriber, and I have to be able to tell that you're a subscriber. A lot of people keep their subscriptions private. If it's private, I can't tell if you're subscribed, so I'll have to go to the next person. It's the only way I can do it. So I have to know that you're subscribed to my channel, that you like this video. In the comment, you have to name my 3 granddaughters in the comment. You don't have to get the spelling right. And I will be drawing one winner a week after this video is posted. You will not be contacted in the comments or anything like that, so don't respond to anybody in the comments posing to be me as far as this giveaway goes. That is not how you'll be reached. I will announce the winner's name on camera, and then that person will then have to email me, and then the correspondence will be through email, and the winner is not required to pay any shipping, any fees, anything like that. It comes directly from me. So I just want to make that clear, okay? So like I said, if you like this video, please give me a big thumbs up. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, please leave in the comment section down below. If you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing. And to my subscribers, I truly appreciate you. I could not do this without you. Y'all have a great day and God bless. Bye.